The Sixth Amendment really isn't that difficult to understand. In all criminal prosecutions, the accused shall enjoy the right to a speedy and public trial by an impartial jury of the state and district wherein the crime shall have been committed, which district shall have been previously ascertained by law, and to be informed of the nature and cause of the accusation, to be confronted with the witnesses against him, and to have compulsory process for obtaining witnesses in his favor, and to have the assistance of counsel for his defense. In all criminal proceedings. That means if they're going to charge you with a crime, there's a certain process they have to go through in order to ensure that they do it right. That means they have to try you in the state where the crime happened. Part of that is because in some states, things aren't a crime. Let's say you get caught smoking a joint in Colorado right now, and you're blatant and obvious in, let's say, a video. In the video, you're smoking pot, and you're obvious about smoking pot. And they try to charge you with a crime in New York for you smoking pot. But the video was recorded in Colorado. They would not be able to charge you with a crime because when you smoked that joint, you were in a place where a crime was not being committed. Pretty simple explanation. They have to be able to ascertain that that's the state that it occurred in. So not only do you have to be charged and tried in the state or district where you committed the crime, but the people who are going to judge you, your jury, is going to be people from that state and district. Things to keep in mind before you go committing a crime. Informed of the nature and cause of the accusation, so they can't just detain you without cause. They have to tell you why they're detaining you. To be confronted with witnesses against them, so they can't just have some secret witness, some guy that you're not allowed to know who said it. This is great for cases where it's an ex or somebody just trying to make false accusations to get somebody in trouble. This is what people went around for the Salem witch trials. To be confronted with witnesses against him, you are allowed to know who is going to testify against you, who it is that is making trouble for you, and to have compulsory process for obtaining witnesses in his favor. The compulsory process meaning that you have as much option to force people to testify on your behalf as anyone else does, as the government of the state does, and to have assistance of counsel for your defense, the public defender aspect. But in all criminal prosecutions, that means whenever they charge you with a crime, the accused shall enjoy the right to a speedy and public trial. You can't just have some guy hanging in jail for the next month waiting to go to court by an impartial jury of the state and district where the crime will or shall have been committed. That's applying the future tense to make sure that you understand that the crime, where the crime happens, is where the crime is going to be tried. But it's where it occurs is where it will be tried. Ascertained by law, informed of the nature and cause of the accusation, you have every right to know what you are being charged with and why. To be confronted with the witnesses against him, you're allowed to know who's testifying against you and who's behind these charges. To have compulsory process for obtaining witnesses in his favor, that means you are allowed to act in the exact same manner as the prosecution. And to have the assistance of counsel for his defense. You're allowed to have an attorney, the right to counsel. But the Sixth Amendment protects a number of your rights when it comes to court. But unfortunately, most of them don't apply to your day-to-day life. That's mostly just in the sense of it deals primarily with criminal prosecution.